right, everybody. In this video, we're going to talk about the law of sines. Law of sines is an extremely useful formula and method for solving any triangle that's not a right triangle. Obviously, you can use it on a right triangle, but there's other easier ways to go about solving triangles other than the law of sines, if we have a right triangle. Anyway, this particular method is going to be used when we have what's called an oblique triangle, which is a non-right triangle. So the law of sines simply says that the ratio of the side is always in the numerator, that the ratio of the side over the measurement of the angle is equal to all the other sides over their corresponding angles. So law of sines I'm going to use when we're given two angles and one side, or I'm given two angles and two sides and a non-included angle. But we have to be extremely careful because when I'm given this here, this can result in what's called the ambiguous case. And there's a whole nother video that I have made that refers to the ambiguous case. So be sure to check that out because it's very important that we make sure we check that triangle if we're given two sides and a non-included angle. But for this video, we are going to strictly focus on if I'm given two angles and one side, how do I solve the triangle? So let's check out our first example. So anytime that maybe the question asks us to solve the triangle, what that means is they want all angles and all sides. So in this particular case, I'm given angle C and I'm given angle A. Well, the opposite side of angle A is going to be side A. The opposite side of angle B is side B. And the opposite side of angle C is going to be side C, denoted by the lower casings of the letters. So if I want to solve the triangle, easy way to find angle B, remember that all triangles have 180 degrees. So we can take 180 degrees and we could subtract the other two angles that we have. So 180 minus 118 plus 22 gives us minus 118 minus 22 gives us 40. So angle B equals 40 degrees. So that's pretty easy. So next, what I want to do is I want to use my law of sines to figure out the sides of A and the sides of B. So what I want to do is I want to pick the ratio that I fully have. So I've already got all of the ratio, meaning I have the side of B over the sine of that angle. And that equals, well, now it's whatever we're trying to look for. So let's look for A first. So I'm looking for side A, and that's going to be over the sine of whatever angle A is. At this point, I'm just going to cross multiply and solve for A. So I have A times the sine of 40 equals 24 times the sine of 22. Divide both sides by the sine of 40. So A equals 24 times the sine of 22 over the sine of 40, which equals, and make sure that your calculator at this point is in degree mode because we're messing with triangles. We should have gotten 13.986. So that is the measurement of angle A. So now I want to find the measurement of angle C. So I'm going to use the same ratio with B equals C over the sine of angle C, which is 118. Cross multiply again. That gives me 24 times the sine 118 equals C times the sine of 40. Divide both sides by the sine of 40. and I get C equals 24 times the sine of 118 over the sine of 40, which equals 32.966. And that's it. That gives us all the values that we're looking for. We have solved the triangle. We find each main piece, all angles, all sides. So that's pretty easy. Example 2, we may see something where they ask us to just to solve for side A. Well, if that's the case, I know that A is always directly across from angle A, and all I need in order to solve this problem is I just need the measurement of the angle of A. So again, we take 180, we subtract 53, subtract 44. That gives us the measurement of angle A being 83 degrees. And so now I can pick the ratio that I have, and then I want to find side A. So I'm going to say, okay, well, 7 over the sine of 44 equals A over the sine of 83. Cross multiply. That gives me A times the sine of 44 equals 7 times the sine of 83. Isolate A, so we're going to divide both sides by the sine of 44. And that gives me A equals 7 times the sine of 83 divided by the sine of 44. Which equals 10.001. And that's it. We solve for A. So that is really the easiest form of the law of sines that we're going to see. Be sure to check out the next video that talks about the ambiguous case when we're given two sides and one angle. So be sure to check that out. And also don't forget to check out the video of the law of cosines. Check those out, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.